Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Aurora Park. Alright, we have a new little area here for us to check out. So we're still in Smuggler's Den, and so last episode I showed you this, I did this little kind of food area here with some stuff from the World's Fair pack DLC. So we had the Chow Mein Chow, ribs, and burrito bonanza. And it's all very well and cool, and we needed a new area, so we have this little street over here, which this street has been here for a while, but you may or may not remember there were no buildings over here. So all these buildings over here are brand new, and so I thought we would just take a look at them. So yeah, here we have, this is kind of like, and this area is supposed to be sort of you know, kind of gritty Star Wars Fallout vibe, and I mean it still is, like, but this area with, especially with like the World's Fair pack stuff, you know, I wanted it to have, my keyboard is like super delayed, that's fantastic, but yeah, I wanted to kind of continue on with the World's Fair stuff. So right here, this kind of almost reminds me of like the front of like a bank. But this is the, we look right here. So this is the Dune Delights, and there is actually a Dune Delights in here. So you can see, guests can walk in there. Instead of making it like, you know, kind of like right up front against the building, I wanted it to have that sort of effect, you know, like they're actually walking into the building. Obviously I know they clip through the wall there, but honestly I don't really care too much about that, because I'm going more for the aesthetic part of it. And then the same thing with the sweets shop over here. Get out of here, notifications. So in here we have this shop, which is also from the World's Fair. This is the Sugary Emporium. So, you know, we have cool little, you know, signs and everything from the, you know, I don't know why I put the sushi sign here. It was mostly just to kind of, because I was trying to go for that futuristic, somewhat Blade Runner vibe where there's just like neon signs everywhere. And even though there isn't one of these sushi restaurants right here, I still wanted to have this sign because it's a cool sign and it helps with the whole vibe of the area, I think. But yeah, so, you know, just keeping with the theme of this area, you know, it's meant to be like old buildings that have sort of been repurposed, and they have, you know, kind of technology and, you know, sci-fi pieces kind of retrofitted over top of them. So, you know, we have things like this sign sparking, we have like cables that kind of drape across the pathway there. And then if we go further on, so we have like, I made like this little sort of rundown closed theater, again just for aesthetic purposes. I added a few posters here to make it look like, you know, maybe at one time there were movies, or, you know, maybe it's, you know, like an actual like live theater. And then, you know, adding some like pipes and things going across here as well. I thought it fit really well with the whole sci-fi vibe, and, you know, like I said, the whole theme that we're kind of going for with this area of the park. And then as we continue on, so I have like this little diner piece here, which is completely empty on the inside right now, as you can see, because I haven't quite decided what I want to do with it. I thought about maybe making it like an indoor building where they can actually go in and sit there. But you see we have this like cool tower thingy on top of the building. It kind of like, it's clipping through, so I may scrap that idea and just may make it like, I don't know, maybe sort of like the theater where it's not really a functional building, but just there to kind of look cool. And then, you know, I added some details to the building as well. Obviously we have this tower here, and then I added like, you know, some little like pieces there, and then try to sort of make like it looks like it's sort of a functional top here with some pipes and, you know, little, you know, I don't even know, what do you call that piece? Power generator. So, you know, makes it look like there's some actual functioning, you know, things going on behind the scenes there. And then we continue on, and I made like a little sort of landing pad area. So, you know, being that it is sci-fi, you know, maybe there's, you know, the ships, they come in, they kind of land, they have to take care of their, you know, maybe some repairs, or maybe, you know, we have this piece here, like this loader, maybe freighters come and load, or come and land, and, you know, they have to load and unload containers and things like that. This guy, he looks like he might be in for repairs. Like he's like, his engine's sparking, which isn't good. We have this little alien guy over here. He's manning this piece, which I like to imagine maybe it's like refueling the ship or something. One of my favorite little pieces of detail is with the engines. I added colorable smoke, and it's in here, so it kind of looks like the engines are running, but you know, they're just kind of idle right now. So you get that like little bit of the colored smoke coming out the back, which I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. And then, you know, made like this little kind of loading area. So we got like this little this little robot guy with his arm. He's so cute. There's like little eyes there. We have this alien who's manning the computer. That maybe that controls, like, I don't know, that could control anything. And then we have some like containers over here. And again, just keeping like, I have the snow kind of going around it, make it look like, you know, snow has fallen and they cleared out kind of the areas where the, you know, pilots and people and things walk generally. But yeah, so it's like a cool little loading zone. Got the little signs, stand back, loading zone. And I guess just kind of walk through it. And then the other thing, we do have a new ride, because I feel like it's been a while since we've added a ride, and what better time than to add something from the brand new magnificent Rides Collection DLC. So this ride is actually, this is the Power Moves, and it spins around, the cars spin around. I give it it's warp drive, kind of keeping with that sci-fi theme. If you didn't watch my magnificent Rides Collection overview video, which you really should, because it goes over everything that's included, all 9 rides. But this one, there are 2 pieces of scenery in the entire DLC, and that's this backdrop right here. So this is the Power Moves backdrop display panel, and if we go to scenery, there are 2 versions of this backdrop here. So if we do like filter by recently added, so there's this piece here, which is just a stock. This is like the main background that comes with it. Have their little boom box on their shoulders, they're jamming out. And then there's this one, which is basically has billboard functionality. So you can add a custom image, which I did, which is this sort of star map image here. You can also add movies. There are 2, or there's 3. Are there movies? Or I don't think there's, no, it's just images. There's 3 images that came with it. Let me find it. There we go. So the Power Moves backdrop, that's the Kraken there. They have the kind of planet coaster. That's sort of like the box art for the game. And then my favorite actually is the spooky one. How cool is that with the spider and the looks like kind of like a Black Widow there with this red skull on it. But it defaulted back. Where's my star map? There we go. So yeah, I gave it the little star map background. Gave it warp drive. Look at that thing. Look at it. That's crazy. It makes me dizzy just looking at it. But yeah, you know, people are liking it. We got a nice line for it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've done so far in this area. You know, we kind of haven't done anything in Smuggler's Den for a while. You know, the last bunch of episodes were spent doing Atropa Gardens, which is the domed area over there. And so I thought we'd dedicate a few episodes going back to Smuggler's Den to try to get it, you know, as close to finished as possible. We still have like this area over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's just a little blueprint of a ship that I made. We'll find another spot. Maybe I'll make like another little landing pad area, kind of like what I did here. And I also like it kind of like hangs out over the cliff a little bit. Gives it that, you know, I don't know, just looks cool. And then I did spend a lot of time with the lighting, so let's take a look at it at nighttime. So as you can see, the Power Moves ride, the backdrop has a really cool lighting sequence going on. I created these like little light boxes here for the queue. Obviously the sign warp drive is lit up. And then I added these flashing lights from the Studios Pack DLC. They're just like cop lights, but they make for good, like almost kind of like caution lights. You know, like, hey, don't go over there or something, something like that. And then, yeah, just keeping with, because this whole area is meant to look sort of run down and gritty, I've been using these yellow lights everywhere, which I really think kind of help fit the mood. So I continued on with that. You can see we have kind of yellow lights going all down the buildings there. And then it also looks really good, I think, with all the billboard signs and neon signs. Like it just looks really good. Theater sign is lit up, the posters are lit up. And you know, this is meant to look kind of run down, so there's not a lot of detail here. It's just kind of, you can see it's closed up. It's got a fence in front of it. And then, yeah, here's the diner again. Obviously, we still need to do something with that. And then, yeah, so this is the, you know, this is kind of like the main, I think, as far as this new part of the street. These two things are like kind of the main draw. The ride and then the landing pad look really cool. But yeah, so that's what I've done lately here in Aurora Park. I know videos for this have kind of been sparse here lately. It's not really intentional. There have been a few reasons, and I've talked about it before. One is I kind of had a bit of a dry spell as far as what to do with this area of the park. I kind of was trying to go for like almost like sci-fi mining operation, and then like there's going to be some like alien-esque kind of pyramids that had been like partially uncovered, which is, you can see why this is here. I don't know if I'm going to continue with that idea. I think what I'll probably end up doing is flattening this back out so it's not as dug in, and actually just trying to get some more rides, especially roller coasters. I would like to have, like, I think right here, like imagine we flatten this all out back here so it's not all dug in. And then like I think this spot would be perfect for a roller coaster, right? I think that'd be a really good spot. And then, you know, there's some other things we could do, but yeah, so maybe like the mining area will be a little bit smaller, or it won't be as, like the dugout area won't be as big. Like maybe we'll just do it over here or something. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. The other thing is, you know, when I first started this series, it was supposed to be different from my previous series, Adventure Park, where it was more of a traditional Let's Play video, where I was actually doing like real-time building and everything. And my kind of goal was to get episodes out quicker for you guys, and my kind of plan to do that was to make time-lapse videos, which the majority of this series has been. You know, they've been kind of shorter episodes, usually 15-20 minutes, and they've all been, you know, time-lapse episodes. Well, I underestimated the amount of time it takes to edit time-lapse videos. Like I thought it would be quicker than doing, you know, kind of like the traditional Let's Play, like building in real time. So that's why the last few episodes have been this kind of like overview, kind of recap video. And, you know, if you follow my Shady Gorge Park, that park I solely during live streams. And then for you guys here on YouTube, I do the same kind of like recap overview, like, hey, here's everything we built during the stream. So I think moving forward, I'm gonna follow that same sort of format for Aurora Park. I'm gonna, you know, kind of build and not have to worry about recording what I'm building for you guys and then like editing time-lapse videos and all that, because it just takes a lot more time than I anticipated that it would. And the whole idea is to get episodes out quicker for you guys. So yeah, moving forward, videos are gonna be more real-time overviews. So I can't rule out that there won't be any time-lapse or that I won't do any real-time building. But for the most part, I would say episodes moving forward are gonna follow this same format in the hopes that I can get videos out quicker for you guys. So, you know, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. If you have, you know, any suggestions or, you know, just what your general thoughts on that, because, you know, it's all about you guys and I want you guys to, you know, be happy in what you're watching and enjoying it and all that stuff. So, yeah, so be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.